Double time.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Kitchen Table Discussions Live. No more music.
No more.
No more music. We don't like it.
It's not. Oh, the top of the rim is.
I don't care. I'm like on a talk show here.
You can't really tell.
It's like we're on a talk show.
So, yeah.
You know? And that's the way I want it. That's
Okay.
the way, I like it. So welcome back once again to Kitchen Table Discussions. I am Jim, and she is?
Alana.
Alana with the light green eyes.
So awkward.
The most awkward. We're awkward tacos. If you hear any noise in the background, that is, there's tattoos going on over there, and there's tattoos going on over there. We may actually end up having some people walk behind us, which is going to be fun. We've already given them instruction just to go ahead and walk through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're going to talk to them when they walk through because that's how we are.
Yeah.
We're weird like that.
Yeah.
So what the fuck did you say we wanted to talk about this evening?
Well, I have seen a reel or some shit like that of this chick that went to go buy a Halloween costume. And they be having all kinds of stuff, whether it's from like, superheroes to like regular stuff, like a hippies from the 70s costume or whatever, right? So she went in to go get a Halloween costume. And she was like, holy shit, you guys.
Holy shit, you guys.
And then she like swung it back, and it was literally like the 90s costume.
So what is that, like flannel, ripped jeans?
I can't even remember. Like it was both the ones that she showed were girls' outfits where I'm like, yeah, I remember people in high school. People in high school wearing that. And then, yeah, I remember that little fashion style or whatever. But I was just like, man, they're making us feel old as fuck. Like, we ain't that old. I mean, 20-year-olds might think we're old.
Yeah.
But you kind of, with experience, bring in a little, like, perception or whatever.
Well, I turned on a classic rock station the other day, and like Nirvana was on, and then there was some like Pearl Jam and
classical is what, 20 years old or something, like
I guess.
Years,
I mean, for me, classic rock is like Led Zeppelin, ZZ Top, shit like that. But apparently, the stuff we grew up with is now classic rock.
Yeah.
Which
So what's the other stuff now?
What? The new stuff?
Our classic rock. What is it categorized as now?
Is it classic or is it Stone Age? I was listening to that when I fell off my pet dinosaur and broke my rock underwear.
Oh, shit. Oh, good. Those buttons crack me up.
If it wasn't for the laugh track, no one would laugh at me. Okay.
They're very.
They just wanted to keep going. I know, right? They don't understand when the applause sign and the laughter sign comes on.
It's time to
maybe 10 seconds and then stop.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, you gotta.
What's wrong with you people? You way up in the balcony. Just kidding. There's no balcony.
Not at all.
Not even a little bit. No.
Not even.
No. I keep looking over to the monitor to see if we have I can just look up there. My bad. I keep waiting to see if somebody pops in and says, hello. Somebody's listening to our podcast. Oh, damn it. I forgot to hit record on there. That's okay. I'll just rip the fucking audio from I do that every week.
Yeah.
Every week. And like the one that Omar and I did just yesterday, I hit record on there, and I'm not going to even use that. I'll just use, I don't know what anyways, geek stuff. But yeah, so there's tattoos going on in both places right now. We're smack dab in the middle.
We're the meat in the sandwich.
I also have the correct name for the podcast going tonight instead of check the box. It's kitchen table discussions. Make sure that's right. Okay, good. If you have not stopped by the shop, let me just go ahead and, if you don't mind, I'm just going to shamelessly plug myself. Anyways, so CTB, or Check the Box Studios, is located on 544 College Drive in Middleburg, Florida. The phone number is 904-644-8053. Feel free to call us or come on by and check out the studio. I'll give you, if I'm here, I'll give you a guided tour. If I'm not here, just, come on in and walk around and look at shit yourself. Speak to any of, we have a couple of different options for artists if you're looking to get a tattoo done. If you want photos, which nobody is wanting photos currently, but please don't hesitate to call me, 904-887-9564. I'm not giving that twice, so if you can't, listen back and get the number, you're on your own. But if you want photos, whoa, someone's gassy.
Someone's got a little burpy burp.
But yes, and or if you would like to start your very own podcast, we got you, boo boo. We have the state of the art equipment, audio, and video, and we'll make you look good and sound good, even if you don't look good. So there is that. Is that all? I can't think of anything else to say. And if you're a painter, if you're not like an artist, but like a painter, if you're someone that like paints buildings and shit, and you want to come help me because no one else is helping me, but if you want to come help me paint the outside of our building, please do that, and I will get you a 24-pack of Natty Light. All right, the ad is done. That's the ad read. Let me give myself some of this. Because someone's not paying attention. Were you texting?
I was just waiting. Well, I was looking at Facebook, but I was just waiting on you to finish the ad.
Seems like you're always waiting for me to finish.
I didn't. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh no, you could have interjected at any moment, and I would not have minded.
All of the moments.
Yeah, I would. You can interject in my moment, as long as I can interject in yours. So this is just a and I'm just gonna say this one more again because it's kind of good to like kind of tell people, the people that are like new to the podcast, like just all, we've done that since we've, occasionally we'll do that intermittently throughout the podcasts. I try to think of things that are important to talk about with the podcast, but I don't always. So I've got a list. So like, share, subscribe to our YouTube and our audio podcast, which is on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, any podcast player that you listen to podcasts on, we are on there. But YouTube is where we stream live. I was going to say every week, but it's been kind of spotty here lately.
Maybe a couple times a month.
Yeah. What was that?
My body's making all kinds of noises.
Really
that came from my throat.
It did.
It was like a little
You're like throat singing.
Was like, it was like, no, this can't go to the tom-tom.
No.
We got to send it back up.
Send it back up.
Yeah.
The escalator. Well, that escalated. But for those that are joining the podcast for the first time, and you're either listening or watching, either way, either. Which one is it? Is it either or either? Does it depend on which part of the Mason-Dixon line you're on?
I think it's just whatever that's befitting of your vernacular or whatever.
Ooh, big word, vernacular. I wish I had a Zoom.
No. Or the filter with the.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go back live.
No,
on the
no,
phone.
we're good. We're good there.
This is a podcast about nothing.
Yeah.
Similar to Seinfeld. The other podcast that I'm on with Omar has also been described as a podcast about nothing, similar to Seinfeld. But we will sit down. When we do sit down, we'll talk about random things, and it's just me and her and I. Sometimes we'll have a guest. We haven't had a guest since we've been in here, though. That's a shame.
Might have to change that.
Yeah, we might. Yeah. It gets squirrely with the different camera angles, especially in this room. Once we're gonna relocate this room into another room soon, maybe, ish. It is warm in here. I'm starting to get pit sweat.
Okay. I thought it was just me because I was drinking wine.
Plus, these fucking earmuffs don't help.
Yeah.
But it is nice to be able to hear oneself.
Yeah.
So, when we do that, hopefully I might be able to like lock in some cameras angles or whatever. It's just a pain in the ass because you try to do it where no one can see the cameras.
Yeah.
There's a camera there. And there's a camera right up there. Yeah. It's right there.
There's another one.
But
right
you
there,
can't
but
see
it's
them.
not being used.
Yeah, there is another one. Yeah, it's off. It's off. It's just black screen. Anyways, but yeah. Yes, I do agree with you. That is a fucked up thing with the costumes.
Yeah.
I don't. So what we were talking about, if you're just joining us, we were talking about like she saw some kind of a meme or a GIF or a video on TikTok or something where somebody was like talking about, was it classic rock or something?
No, it was a costume
from the 90s.
Yeah, but the costume was like just clothes styles that people in the 90s used to wear.
Right.
Like that was the costume. And it just reminded me of like when I'm growing up and seeing like the costumes of like hippies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just like it makes you feel old as fuck. And then I was just thinking about back to like stuff that we grew up on.
Right.
You know, kind of what our world was like when we were growing up versus today, which is a world of difference.
Isn't it funny? I mean, that's only been like what, 20 years or so?
Yeah.
So in 20 years, it's gone from kids being able to ride their bikes all over all over the city. I mean, we rode our bikes everywhere.
Yep,
my mom,
if
she knew some of like how far we would go, she probably would shit herself.
Yep.
Yeah.
We used to be able to go out and literally be gone for hours and hours, you know, go out inside and play and hang out with, you know, neighborhood kids, go into the fucking woods, build fucking, you know, bridges across creeks and shit like that. And, you know,
and
the worst things that my parents had to worry about is me having ticks on me when I came back. That was it. That was their biggest concern. It wasn't me being snatched.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that, you know.
I mean, I'm not trying to put my mom on blast, but I almost feel like it might have been a blessing if I had gotten snatched. Listen, you know, again, not to go back to the how far we went, but some of the shit that we would do. And we would put ourselves in imminent danger almost daily.
Wait, is that like old, I'll call us old people version of Tide Pods? You know, we've all been thinking like this generation, they're so fucking stupid eating fucking Tide Pods.
But climbing up on a roof.
You know, maybe we didn't make very wise decisions either when we were young, honestly. I mean,
we would climb up on someone's roof, the rooftop of their house, at least weekly, if not multiple times during the week. Play with ant farms, but like go outside and find an ant hill and jam our hands in it and play with the fucking dirt and do stupid shit like that. I climbed trees. I would hang on my skateboard and hang on to cars and go like 45 miles an hour.
Oh, geez.
No pads, nothing, you know. You know, stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, maybe it's this. Maybe the newer, like the 20 years later generations from when we were kids, they're just smarter. Well, not the Tide Pod thing. That's fucking stupid. That just shows you how much of a lemming they are. Just, when somebody's like, "Oh, I'm doing," and then everybody has to fucking jump on the bandwagon and do it because it's funny. But like, they stay inside. They don't get hurt as much.
Yeah,
you know. I mean, and I know it's not. It's not speaking to every child out there. I'm sure there are kids out there that like to get outside and get dirty and play in the mud and play softball and fucking whatever. Because there are sports people out there. I don't like sports, never have. My mom tried to put me in softball when I was a kid, and I wasn't having it. But then I took karate, so it was something. And then I shit my pants at karate. I've told that story before on this podcast, and if you'd like to hear it, you have to go back and figure out which one it is. I'm not going to tell you. You have to listen to all of them now. Start at number 1 and work your way up. I will tell you this: it got progressively better. At least the audio quality. I can't speak to the content.
Yeah. Sounded better.
Yeah, it sounded better, but the shit we talked about, especially the shit.
Who knows?
We got a, so this is a fun fact. So Omar and I, we've been doing our podcast now for a little over a year.
Right.
And when he was back at his other place, we had Patrick come in.
Okay.
And be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I got a notification from YouTube today that we got age restricted because of something we were talking about.
What?
Yeah. So all and I don't know if you've listened to any of our other podcasts, but they're all about sex and dick jokes and fucking we like pussy and ass and what and we just talk about everything.
Yeah.
Everything under the sun. Whatever there's no filter.
Yeah.
But the one with Patrick, I'm fairly certain that we didn't talk about any of that stuff. But what we did talk about, because he's Army.
Yeah.
So we talked about the military.
Yeah.
And he was kind of bad-mouthing them a little bit, and our government, how fucked up our government is.
I mean, they are, though.
Right. So the fact that I just said that, this episode's probably going to get flagged.
You think so?
Bet. Watch. But it's okay. If one episode gets flagged out of how many, I think we have like 80 episodes. But, we were trying last year, to get up to 100, but we just kind of petered off and stopped. Yeah. But maybe Peter. We got a ways to go, and the year is almost over.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna
tighten the fuck up.
Yeah, that.
But I just thought it was funny that,
like funny, haha.
Funny like
Funny weird.
Funny not funny ha. Funny because our government, they be listening. Big Brother be listening.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, they can listen to us through our phones 100%.
I was looking for bugs. Not like bugs, crawly bugs. But
they don't need to plant bugs.
Yeah.
They've got one right here. We carry it around with us.
I know, right? We're putting our shit right out there.
Like, they literally, and this was passed back, I think, I can't remember if it was Bush or Clinton.
Bushwick Bill.
But where they passed something. I think it might have been Bush, because I think they used 9/11 as the precedence for this new thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we're just using it to find terrorists, but it basically gave them access.
Yeah. Well, what's that one dude?
Audio on our phones if they really wanted it.
Yeah, but they've been looking at our emails forever.
Doesn't surprise me about that either.
What was the guy that I don't know if they've ever brought him back but he was like, he had to leave the country. He worked for the government. He was a civilian that worked for the government, and his job was monitoring emails.
Was that Snowden?
Might have been.
Snowden?
It might have been.
He's released a bunch of shit.
Yeah. I think that was him then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just saying his name, we're fucked now.
We're
Fucksville.
Well, it's funny because, like, after he started releasing things and the public was like, holy shit, basically about their government, then it was almost like all of a sudden we started seeing stories about how Snowden did these horrible things in America and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it just makes you wonder, like, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, yeah, he was fucked up or whatever. But if the government is as corrupt as we think it is,
it is.
You know, wouldn't a corrupt government try to control the information?
Of course.
Because you control the fucking information, you control the people.
Well, here's my thing.
That is literally the way that it works.
Here's my thing. You know, people, and I saw a post, you know, Joe Rogan posted something. I follow Joe Rogan, whatever. Sue me, hate me. I don't give a fuck. People be hating on you for who you be listening to.
Oh, yeah.
But
and then
he posted something about.
Meanwhile, do the same thing.
You know, how about, I can't remember if it was Snapchat or TikTok, but something like one of those apps. And the article was about how they're going to be using the GPS that's in the app, that's built into the app, that you basically have to have running to have the app going, to find, like, track the whereabouts of certain individuals.
Yeah.
Which, you know, and I have always been of the mind that I don't give a fuck. I just don't care. I'm not doing anything bad, you know, and in my eyes anyways. I mean, maybe in the eyes of someone else, they're like, ooh, fella, calm down on the porn, you know, but that's about all it is, you know. And if they're watching me back through my camera, you know, all they're going to see is this, you know. I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
That's for the visual listeners.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, but
I guess the problem is regardless of if you're doing something wrong or not, is it still okay for them to be watching you? You know what I mean?
It's invasion
of
privacy.
That's not, you know, whether or not you're doing something wrong is not the point.
I guess.
The point is individual liberty.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because, like, you know, you see people
She's gonna break it down now.
Yeah, people mostly from the right, you know, they'll argue. I see that a lot with situations with, you know, bad cops or cops that are infringing on people's literal rights and then try to play it off like they know the law better, even though they're literally, like, taking away people's rights with the certain things that some of them do. You know, you always see people on there, and typically they're conservatives and stuff like that, but talking about, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, just comply.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I thought y'all were the party that believed in individuals' rights and the Constitution and shit like that. Because pretty sure with that answer that you're giving me, you don't actually believe it. You don't actually believe in individual liberty.
Right.
You don't actually believe in, you know, the Constitution, which is like affords us a certain amount of liberty, which includes fucking privacy and not having a government watch your every fucking move and harass you and things of that nature. So,
I have a question though.
Yeah.
So just because you know me, I don't like subscribe to a particular party or anything. But when I say things like that, do you think that people automatically lump me into certain categories?
Probably.
Just curious.
Probably, because it's interesting. I've cut back a lot, but I used to be a lot more on social media as far as, like, commenting and on various videos on certain topics or whatever. And what I found was quite funny is because I'm not conservative or liberal. Like, I'm somewhere in the middle. If you want to even call it that. I hate the two-party system. I think it is what has destroyed this country. And I think that it has made politicians really powerful in manipulating the masses and things of that nature. And it's also kept us divided as a country. And, I mean, if you think about it, if a tyrannical government wants complete rule, what's the best way to do that? Keep your people at odds, the people in your country at odds against each other, because they will never fucking unite and stand up to some bullshit that they see is is happening. But
But I digest.
Yeah, I digest. I don't like either party. I stopped, and people can. I'm gonna actually touch base on this. I did not vote in the last election, and the one prior to that was the last time I ever voted. So it's been, 8 years at least. No, 8.
I think a term is 4, right?
Something like
it
that.
has,
It's 4.
8 years.
But anyways, I have not voted, and so many people have like commented, if I state that somewhere on the internet, well, you're basically just giving it to the other guy then. And I'm just like,
but
that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
Like, so you want me to vote for your lesser evil? That's what you're telling me, that
right.
my choice is, and I promised myself I would never do that again. If the candidates that are running, if I don't like them, I'm not going to fucking vote for either of them.
Right.
You know, we have stopped keeping our leaders at, like, had a certain expectation of them.
Yeah.
We've continued to vote for the lesser of evils, and then people are surprised about our presidential options that we've had the last couple of decades.
Yeah.
You really surprised?
It's like the guy from Denny's.
Y'all have
from Denny's is like, oh, everybody's running now. I can jump in.
You have voted for the lesser of two evils for far too long.
Yeah.
This is what the fuck we get. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, this is what fucking America gets.
Do you think we'll see like a good candidate in our lifetime?
I think so long as Americans continue to listen to mainstream media instead of doing actual fucking research on shit, and the more people are just kinder and less narrow-minded and thinking that their views are the only
views that matter
thing, and not really taking a look inside themselves and making sure that the things that they say they believe, following all the way to the end and what that means, that they actually believe that.
What about people that like actually do some research on the candidates? Instead of just doing a quick Google search.
Well, this is the thing about that too, is where are they getting their research?
Yeah, information.
Are they getting it from something that's been posted by a news outlet? A mainstream, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I don't have the app anymore. I haven't used it in a while, but there used to be an app, I can't remember the name of it, that when I was really heavy into politics, you could go in and see every senator and every representative for I think the last like 3 decades or something like that. Might even been further than that. But you could see every person that has ever held a seat and how they voted on specific bills and things of that nature. So if you actually, which this is the thing, people don't want to do the work.
Because then you'd have to go in and see the bill.
If you actually wanted to say, okay, this candidate that wants my vote and I'm thinking about voting for them, how actually did they vote on certain things? When they were a senator or or representative, assuming they even did that, you can also see other history on other things. But specifically, I'm talking about people with the experience of being a senator or a representative in Congress. But and you could see like, okay, this candidate is saying that they stand for gay rights. I've seen situations where a Democrat is claiming on the campaign trail that they believe in LGBTQ, rights and stuff like that. And then you look back like 10 years ago when they were in Congress and they actually voted against bills that like gave them, which first of all, the government should have ever had. People want to be so happy about how they pass something to make it where gay people can get married. First of all, and only of all, the government should have never been able to tell people if they can get married to certain people or not. Period. That should have never even been a thing. And the fact that people are happy that a law got passed versus angry that our government even tried to restrict people to begin with is baffling to me.
Why? Okay, and I already know the answer to this, and most people do as well, but they don't think about it. But Why was it ever a law that you couldn't marry the same sex ever? What was the reasoning behind it?
The only, I mean,
That you're,
I'm not
in
gonna
your
s-
opinion,
I'm not gonna
all of
say,
these things are our opinion, by the way.
I'm not gonna say the only reason I can think of. I'm pretty certain that the reason why the government made it so that you could not, is honestly because of Judeo-Christianity and its influence in America. And that's speaking as someone who considers herself to be a Christian.
Yeah.
But, like, let's be real. Like, people have been instilling their religious beliefs into our government for a long time.
And that's fucked up because not everyone shares the exact same religious beliefs.
Correct.
So, and that right, and this has been debated a million trillion times, I'm sure, but religion, like the separation of religion and state,
Church and state.
church and state, like it should never even be a thing.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It's about people. Like, literally the whole reason why our country was founded was because we wanted freedom
Yeah.
from unfair taxation, from being controlled, from not being able to
They need to go back and
follow
revisit
their
that
own
taxation
religion.
thing.
Because, like, if you think about it, Great Britain and stuff was highly Catholic. So, but there's more sects of Christianity than just Catholicism. I
Right.
mean, there's Protestants, there's Baptists, there's so many, like, different things. And the Catholic Church especially has caused quite a bit of havoc in this world's history. But but that's just one, that's just one part of it or whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, that is the only reason. And I can tell you that even when I was, like, super into church, my beliefs have evolved since then, just because of the studying and stuff that I used to do. And there were certain things that it didn't really fall
Jive.
in line with my spirit
Yeah.
and my understanding of who God is. But anyways, even when I was, like, heavy into it and kind of was definitely more conservative or whatever, and during that time I had in my mind that, the whole thing about a man only lies with a woman and not with, whatever. The scripture that they claim is basically saying homosexuality is a sin, which
Right.
is bullshit. But anyways, because that's not what that scripture is talking about. But
'Cause she's gay.
regardless, even when at that time in my life I believed that, marriage was for a man and woman, when there were things that came up, and because I remember having local elections and stuff like that, and I remember seeing, laws that they were trying to pass or things that they were trying to pass that was, like, pro gay marriage and stuff like that, I never voted against it. I said, because for me, I was like, my religious beliefs has no business
Yeah, it shouldn't dictate.
in a government election. So at that point, I was just like, I'd rather abstain completely because I feel like I'm, like, biased for this particular thing to be voted on. So I'm just not gonna.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't really respect people that vote their religious beliefs into law, essentially, for the rest of America. I think
I
it's
agree.
bullshit. I think if you believe that Christianity is the only way, then you need to go back to homeland with the fucking Roman Catholics or the Catholic Church and shit like that. Go back OG.
I'm of the thought process that, like, if that's what you believe, that's cool. Just don't shove it down my throat.
Exactly. You don't get to try to force other people into your religious beliefs.
Like I had a conversation with somebody today, and they're on a religious journey, which is great. I think it's wonderful. And but it's that kind of thing is not my bag. Right. I mean, I've got a lot of my family is very religious, and I grew up Southern Baptist, And
Yeah.
but I just don't believe the same things that I was taught anymore.
Yeah.
And it's only based on my experiences in life. It doesn't have anything to do with I've done no research. It's just, I'm basically going on a feeling,
Right.
how I feel about things in my life and things that have happened to me. I don't put all my eggs into one basket. And by that, I mean, I don't put it all on one being.
Yeah.
Everybody says it's on God. It's on God. Jesus, take the wheel. I am responsible for my own actions.
Yeah. That
And
is very true.
That is how I feel. And if I fuck up, I can't be like, well, the devil made me do it. When I was a kid, I did that. And I said that.
You know, my old pastor used to say, just speaking on that, because, yeah, the devil made me do it.
Yeah.
I remember one sermon, he literally said, y'all out here want to say the devil did it, and it was all you. I can just imagine the devil going to God and saying, can you fucking tell your children not to, which he didn't say fucking, but can you tell your children to not blame everything on me when they're doing it themselves? Which
Well, and if you
is a true statement, I think.
If you believe the scripture, though, and this is what I had from my Bible studies as a child, but if you believe that, the devil can't make you do anything.
He can't.
He suggests.
Exactly.
If we say he
can't make you do shit.
And that's another thing. It's like no one can
take responsibility.
It's
for
a
their own
he,
fucking
she,
actions.
whatever. Who the fuck cares? I mean, but the devil, But you can't believe. And it's so funny because there's some people that are very, very religious and they believe in God, but they don't believe in the devil. Isn't that
Right.
weird?
Yeah.
But how you believe in good without evil? I mean, there's going to be that dichotomy, no matter what.
The yin
light
and yang,
and the dark.
the light, the dark.
It's always there.
It's a balance. It's all.
And I believe, but see,
has
that's
to balance.
and that's where my mind goes. That's how I feel. Life is a balance. Life is a balance of I did good shit, I do bad shit. Good shit happens, bad shit happens, and it's I act a certain way, I live a certain way. People that live the same way as me, so I surround myself in those type of people.
Right.
If I act a shit way, if I act like an asshole, those type of people are going to surround me, and then I'm more likely to fuck up again.
Yeah.
So it's.
I'm a firm believer that the people you keep around you are gonna make or break you.
Absolutely.
Literally.
Absolutely. It can 100% happen.
It's happened to me too many fucking times. Like this is a life lesson I've learned. Like.
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. Like putting everything on one person or one being, it's just the weirdest. I mean, no, listen, I'm not against the fact that there might be some kind of omnipotence in this universe, in the cosmos.
Yeah.
Because somehow this shit had to get started.
Right.
Somehow, somewhere, some way. I mean, it's weird to think about when you it fucks my head up. Like I used to think about dying and then not being here.
Yeah.
And that would fuck me up. But now it's more like, you imagine how fucking vast
Yeah.
of like our Earth is here, but everything around it is just completely infinite.
Yeah.
Like what? What? You know what I mean? And then what
We're
really
not even a speck.
we're
in this
not. But what
universe.
really even trips me out even further is like if you break down the human or anything, like you look at this desk to its microbes, to its atoms, there's no difference between those and the ones inside of us, and it literally looks like stars and planets, and everything's in it's got its own ecosystem, and it's just like we're just like a exploded version of that, and then the universe is the exploded version of that. We are part of an atom that creates, maybe that's Adam.
Just a coincidence.
Coincidence?
That's the same.
I think not. It's in the book. See the difference between her rant and my rant is that her rant actually makes some sense.
Does it though?
I
don't know. Sometimes on the rare occasion I listen back, I was like,
what the fuck was I talking about?
Sometimes
Is
it's
that
like, what was running through my brain that was the way that I said what was going through my brain at that time, because the way I said it does not sound like the way I intended it
Yeah.
to sound sometimes.
Well, I
I
also
don't
think
know.
that
Depends.
some of your the alcohol might have had some to play in that. Like you would forget that you just said that thing,
Yeah,
or you would get
well,
lost
you
mid thought. And I'm just like,
I'm trying to.
I was like, what the fuck?
Wait,
And I
where
just
was
let
I?
just
Wait,
let
what?
you go. Yeah, I
Oh,
just
where
I
was
just
I?
sit back and just
Yeah, I'd be doing that
and
sometimes.
just let you go. But I like it. I love your rants.
I would probably do much better if I had like I knew if I could like type it out and think about it in a minute.
Yeah, who wants that?
That's the way my brain works.
Listen, we don't have that kind
I
of
do-
time.
I do better like writing to someone versus actually
If you
speaking to them.
you could get paid for commenting on people's videos and shit like that, you'd be a millionaire.
Yeah. I do be posting stuff. Or I used to. I've cut back a lot just because, like, you know, people that disagree will get really, really feisty.
Is that affecting you?
And, oh, no. But it's just like one of those things that, like,
It's
do I want that
unnecessary stress.
negativity in my life to begin with? Like,
Right.
someone putting out their, because literally they're directing bad energy at me.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So do I really want to invite that into, you know, my
Your
life?
situation. That makes sense.
You know, sometimes if I'm, you know, have had a couple, you know, some few drinks.
Well, that's coffee, right?
No, that's wine. So when I've had a few drinks, sometimes I get that feistiness back with no filter, and it just, you know.
Yes, I know.
I'd be posting stuff, and it's funny because sometimes I'd be posting stuff and I'm just laughing, thinking this is about to be a dumpster fire. So I think I get a little bit of an enjoyment.
Yeah, I think you do.
Seeing people get fucking pissed off at my comments.
I think you do. Which I can fully appreciate that. You know, starting up something that doesn't need to be started up. You know, somebody was voicing their opinion, and you're like, "Well,
shit.
I think," but she gets totally just like you can't talk to her when
No.
you know when she's.
I'm in thought. I gotta get this shit out my
Yeah,
brain.
and then I'll look over, and I mean, of course, like on Facebook or whatever,
Yeah.
like you could have something that's this long, and it's
Yeah.
actually like a paragraph.
And it's like
If you put it on like an 8x11 page, it's like a couple of lines, but
Right,
it's all
yeah.
smushed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've often wondered just because I have no idea. I'm not in the same groups as you or
Yeah.
follow the same people as you, but I've often wanted to kind of just go back and see what the fuck it is you're writing. I have been privy to some of that. I've seen some of it on Facebook, and I'm just like, I just laugh. I kick back and laugh. I just like let her go, do her thing. It's all good. All good in the hood. Don't
know.
forget to like, share, and follow.
So, sometimes my biggest, which I mean, that's gonna fall on deaf ears most times, but people that are actually searching for truth, sometimes it's just one of those things. I just want to push people to get annoyed enough that they
Right.
go and do more research. You know,
Yeah.
and
That's
if they don't change their mind, that's okay.
Right.
But like
at least they're
the
educated.
people that are searching for truth, they're gonna go and they're gonna try to, unbiasedly try to search
Mm-hmm. Wow.
for the answer. Yeah,
Bush.
that's not a real word, but
That's some
to see,
strategery.
people should always be questioning: is my worldview correct?
Mm-hmm.
I think anybody that just, I know the way I think is correct.
Yeah,
that
that's-
is super fucking arrogant.
That right there is what's fucked up with the world.
And it is what's fucked up with the world. People are so self-righteous, and it's so funny because for the longest time I saw people say that about Christians, and yes, many Christians are very self-righteous, but also on the other side, people that have said this for the long, they're so self-righteous, literally live self-righteously themselves with their own fucking views. So I think that anybody that is a true searcher of truth, they're always going to question what they believe. And they're going to constantly be, they're not going to set their mind. They're still going to be questioning because maybe there's new information that could possibly change your thought. Like, the older I've gotten, you know, I would say at least once a decade, my worldview has changed
Dramatically.
pretty dramatically, almost like doing a 180 in some instances. So, and that is because I'm constantly questioning, you know, myself, and sometimes I hear myself or whatever. I'll see something that I've posted in the past and memories or whatever, and you know, years later, it's like, and you get to thinking about that, and you have new information now. It's like, well, that wasn't exactly right. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, I've had shifts in views on many, many different topics, you know, in the last 20 years. So I think we should always be questioning ourselves in the way that we think.
100%.
You know, and lots of people look at it different ways. Christians call it, you know, prayer and repentance. Witches call it shadow work. You know, it's so funny because every single belief system, religious belief system that exists, for the most part, have something that basically tell you to self-reflect. Like, it's a big thing in most of the religions that I can think of off the top of my head, is self-reflection and knowing yourself and your faults and your, you know, stuff like that. So,
Right.
a lot of people don't do that anymore. They don't look inwards at all. They just
I want to look.
They
in
say
your
they
words.
believe something and they haven't looked at themselves to see if there's some kind of bias there or whatever. Yeah, I kind of ignore what you're saying.
I know you do. It's just I said I want to look in your words.
But yeah, I don't know. That's my story.
That's her story, and she's sticking to it. Back to you, Chet.
Why did the timer go off? There was a timer.
Oh, because I did this. Oh, wait.
Okay.
But
wow.
I popped your name up there, and now mine's gone. See?
You popped my what?
Cherry. Just kidding. That was way gone.
That was way gone.
Before I got there.
Gone a long time ago.
What are we going to do this evening after the podcast?
I don't know, stuff and things.
So I think that we should get some food.
Yeah, sounds really good, actually.
Because that's what this podcast. Oh, someone says hi. Jason, hi. Hi. Say hi, Alana.
Hi.
But I think we're going to get some food.
Yeah.
And possibly play some pool.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
And then possibly after that, we're going to play some more pool.
Yeah. We're going to get things in the hole.
Sticks and balls. Put the thing. Yeah. Putting things in holes.
Yeah. You gonna play that afterwards?
No, this is what it's gonna sound like afterwards.
No. Seriously about that.
It's like this. No. Thanks for coming out, folks. All right. Just kidding. So I'll tell you once again. Sorry, I was taking a puff pause
pass
on my Vape El Vape. If I haven't said it before, which I know I have, but don't forget to like, share, and follow, comment, and that's it. What did he say?
So where are we playing pool at?
Bro. Well, not on your side of town, but if you want to come over here, we're most likely going to go to Park Avenue Billiards.
Yeah.
And we're going to shoot some. We're going to rack 'em up over there. No affiliation with Rack 'em Up Sports.
No.
I think that's an actual pool hall somewhere, but yeah. Park Avenue Billiards is off of Highway 17.
17 and
Roosevelt.
And
Roosevelt. But if you're so inclined, whoever you may be, Jason, anyone, feel free to join us up there. Buy Alana a shot, but just one, no more than one. She starts getting 3 or 4.
I've cut back quite a bit, so my tolerance ain't quite the same.
We're gonna have some vomit issues, but outside of that, we would love to chill and hang out with people for sure.
Heck yeah.
For sure. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And I don't know. We got like 10 minutes left. What do you
Oh.
want? Yeah, we need to
It's been 50 minutes already.
Let's fill this time.
What are we gonna fill it with? Oh God,
I can't say. I can't say.
you can't say.
No.
You have
What
an
would you
ear
like this time
function?
filled? Yeah, fuck all that.
Fuck all that.
Fuck all that noise. How was your picnic today?
It was so nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was nice.
Okay, thanks for
Evie
coming out.
loved
Oh.
it. Evie loved it.
Yeah, what did you have?
We stopped and got gas station hot dogs.
The best.
And some chips.
Did you both have immediate diarrhea?
No.
Oh.
And some drinks and some candy and shit like that. And we like put the thing out, pretty close to the water.
Mm-hmm.
And, just had our little food and hung out.
I'm sad I didn't join, but
It's fine.
I'm painting the building again. If anyone is interested in helping us paint, feel free to come on and grab a brush. And if you're not opposed to being on heights, you can get on the fucking ladder and do the roof, or not the roof, but the top part. Because I hate it. I was up and down that stupid ladder all day.
I was
and
kind of
fucking hated
worried about you today, honestly.
You should be worried about it, Jason. We're not going to get you in trouble, sir. But
You might get yourself.
you
in
might
trouble.
get yourself in trouble. We can't make you do anything that you don't want to do. And that is all about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. You're a big boy and you can do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But yes, you can for sure come out and hang out with us.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah. We're not any good, but
No. No, neither one of us is good.
yeah, I'm not very good. I just
No.
it's fun.
It's
though,
a
you know?
hang. It's a
Yeah.
hang. It's just something to do. I'd rather go play darts, but every fucking Saturday they have fucking tournaments going on.
Yep.
And fuck all that noise.
They didn't used to do that, but I guess it's been some new thing for like over a year now. So
Right.
it's whatever.
Yeah. Also, I have to go back to work on Monday. So this place where we're at is a building that my partner and I are putting together, and we've been trying our hardest to create the business, and the tattoo part is doing great, but I'm still working a full-time job, so it sucks balls. It really sucks balls.
Yeah.
And I'm on vacation from my full-time job this week, and I've been here almost every day,
Yeah.
and it's been beautiful.
Yeah.
It's been great. It's like the best, and the
Yeah.
days go by so fast.
Yeah.
I don't even realize that it was already like I get here at noon and it was like 7:00 before I knew it.
Yeah.
It's weird. My day at work at my full-time job, it just like I can work 8 hours and it feels like it just fucking drags.
Yeah.
What did he say? My point exactly. Lack of self-control. Well, that's between you and your self-control, sir. I can't help you with that.
Oh God.
I think we're just gonna call it. It's 53 minutes in.
Yeah.
We're about 54
I
minutes
kind
in.
of got a pee.
I have got to piss.
So.
Yeah.
Swine's going straight through me. Your coffee's going straight through you. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to call it a day or a night or whatever. We appreciate you stopping in and checking us out. Please don't forget, either if you're listening to the audio only, go and check out the YouTube channel if you want to see what we look like. If you want to see, you want to put faces with the names, please do that. And when you do, leave us a little comment on there. That'd be fantastic. If you're listening to the audio only, leave us a little comment, and a little, if you're on Apple Podcasts, leave us a review and 5-star rating. That would really help us out, push us a little further along in the algorithm. The more listeners and downloads we get, the more our podcast gets pushed out to others that may have never heard it before. And eventually, if we get enough people listening, we can get a full sponsorships and stuff like that.
Heckin' yeah, bruh.
So yeah, come on in, guys. We're done. We're wrapping it up right now.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Hey, good.
Hey.
This is Omar. Say
Hi
hi.
everybody.
Say it right there, buddy.
Oh, check the box studios. Hey, we just did a tattoo.
Woohoo! Show your ink. Oh, look how beautiful. It's all shiny.
Y'all are having a great
Yeah.
I wish I could have been a part of this.
Aw,
tattoo.
we would have loved you to be a that came out weird. All right, see ya.
Bye.
On that note.
Bye.
See ya.